Around 6 years ago, I realized that there is so much more beyond the borders of what you're familiar of. Got a World to See was born, and it is all about living and traveling through different countries, all under the premise of finding more. More opportunity, more adventure, and more freedom.
We made it. We're right now in the capital city in Sarajevo, and arrived here 2 days ago. Already had a little bit of a first impression, and as you can tell, it's snowing. We're in a bit of a delayed winter wonderland. First of all, if you're new here, my name is Dan, and for the past few years I've been traveling and living in different countries, and this channel is about, let's say, discovering places where you can live a much cooler lifestyle, a more adventurous lifestyle. Show you a little bit how the life is on the ground, the upsides, the downsides. We're in front of our place, the courtyard. Let's go in. Join me, Sarajevo.
So what you're about to watch is 1 full month in Bosnia and Herzegovina. I'm gonna take you around the capital that you're seeing right now of Sarajevo, and then we're gonna take a bit of a triangle around the country. We're gonna go to the coast, we're gonna go to some cities that are maybe not as known, and overall it's gonna be 1 full month in the country. Enjoy, sit back, take some time. You can fast forward if you want, if you have seen some parts of these videos already. Other than that, you too got a world to see.
This is the courtyard. We're in a really nice location. We're kind of like not too far from the old town. At the same time, if you walk down a station or so, it's going to be like the modern district with major hotel chains. Reminds me a lot of Belgrade. And then in the back on the mountain, you have small, cute little houses. So it's a very, very interesting mix. Soon head out and show you a little bit around the city.
While the first impression of the city was actually quite nice, the city of Sarajevo, and actually the whole country, went through a dark chapter. A little less than 30 years ago, the country was in a state of war. And to understand a little bit better what happened and to take you along on a walk through history, I reached out to the local tour guide, Edin.
Introduce you real quick, your name is?
My name is Edin and I'm local tour guide.
And
in Bosnia.
The information that you just gave me, I really liked it. I knew the First World War happened because someone shot the bridge behind us. So what is the name of it?
It's called Latin Bridge, and actually this is a most visited spot in my city. There's a place where assassination is happening, where Archduke of Austro-Hungarian Empire is assassinated. But do you know, it didn't happen on the bridge.
Where did it happen? How did it happen?
It happened on the street corner over there, where museum is. Okay. Actually, the Archduke of Austro-Hungarian Empire was coming to Sarajevo on that day, and the plan of the visit was announced in all newspapers. People knew where it is, so guys who are ready to kill him knew as well.
This spot in the city intrigued me actually the most. Sarajevo, meeting of cultures. East meets west. You look on the one side, and you look on the other, and you see two completely different cities.
This is the famous spot. Tell me about.
Yeah, well, Sarajevo was under the siege for 1,425 days. In average, 350 shells hit the ground of Sarajevo on a daily basis, and a lot of people were killed, randomly killed on the streets of Sarajevo. So we painted places where mortar shells hit, if at least 3 persons were killed on some spot. These memorials, they got named Sarajevo Roses. This will be most beautiful view. This is whatever you're gonna do now is like something that few people did in Sarajevo.
Yeah. They didn't talk us in.
Upstairs, yeah, upstairs. Yes.
What have you? Iconic places here, the Pigeon Square. You have a mosque in the background. This is probably the picture you see when you see the city. And yeah, there's feeding the pigeons, so they're sticking around here.
This guy, his name is Zio Vaščaušević. He's my best friend's father, and for last 200 years, his family is doing this craft for many years.
So right now we are on the oldest street in Sarajevo, just checking out some of the shops.
It's a place for burek. Burek is a pie stuffed with cheese, spinach, meat, or potatoes, so it's good for the vegetarians as well.
Didn't even try yet.
But it's so good. Wow.
Come around. Yeah, it's like solid pieces of meat in here. Cheers.
Cheers.
So after the tour of the city, Edin took us out to the famous tunnel, which was pretty much the only way for the people inside of Sarajevo to be connected to the outside world. So while the whole city was surrounded by Serbian forces, this tunnel that you're seeing right here was the only connection to the outside world.
Here was the exit of a big tunnel, which was 800 meters long, it was 160 high, 1 meter wide, connecting Sarajevo with Mount Enigma, meaning connecting Sarajevo with the rest of the world. Wedding in the middle of Sarajevo, behind the curtain. So they were hiding, you know, from the sniper fire. Richard Gere.
Damn.
What's up?
Spicy.
It didn't feel right. No longer will you keep me up all night. No longer so true, no longer so blind. I don't think you're worth the trouble.
Not today, they changed the...
That's okay. I eat too much of the sausages
Do
anyway.
you want a sausage? They can
No, I think I'm good. I'm almost happy that you don't have the sausages. Thank you.
So you don't have to say no.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have way too many of these sausages here. Okay guys, let me take you right now to one of my favorite spots. It's probably also overall one of the nicest rooftops. So first time we came up here, you have a view of literally the whole city, and this is the, let's say, cafe, kind of like restaurant rooftop bar off the hotel, the courtyard. Especially over there, they have like all glass windows, so you see the whole place. Just this morning I came out for a little morning cardio, and you know, just to wake up, to have your little coffee in the room and have this view. And so later we're gonna have lunch here, maybe I'm gonna show you a little bit more, but for now there's supposed to be cable cars going up the mountain, and see what is up there, go a little bit into the nature of Sarajevo. So, you know, one thing I have to tell you right away is it feels much more European than you first might think. And also, any signs from the war left, at least, I think most of them are intentional. And on the ground right now we have middle of March, almost end of March, and in terms of COVID restrictions, in most places you have to have a mask, but other than that it's fairly relaxed, everything is open. It might change of course in the next few weeks, but for now, so a bit of a hike to get to the cable car. I think that's going to be the one tourist attraction we're going to do. How much is it?
For foreigners, it's 10 euro.
Yeah.
Return, like 2 ways. For locals, it's 3 euro.
20 mark.
20 mark.
Yeah, you know, usually these type of cable cars, they try to pack everyone. There's a bunch of tourists, and there's definitely quite the, let's say, established. Ooh, roller coaster!
So nice.
Quite an established tourist site. I actually read that after the war they just reopened it 2 years ago. It was destroyed during that time, so for over 20 years it has been non-functional. So yeah, wow, the view. Seriously guys, usually in these type of travel videos I think it's so boring when people take gondola, but we're gonna make it Gotta make it fun.
Yay!
Okay, so being on here, things really changed real quick. From a big city, we went up into almost like a ski resort. So the gondola, I would say, definitely worth it. You get such a sick view of the whole city.
So to fill you in on what happened from that moment on, absolute winter wonderland, but after 3 years of not losing a drone, it happened. I had a lot of amazing footage from the past few weeks on it, and so days upon days of multiple desperate attempts by me and many other people to get it down. At some point it wasn't even on the tree anymore, so had to let it go. Rest in peace. And instead of just complaining about it, I complained about it. And then I went online on Instagram, connected with a few amazing local guys that helped me out to shoot. And also, I got a last minute confirmation for an exciting project with quite the exciting car, which is coming very soon.
I walk now?
Not yet. Oh, what the hell? Yeah, just anyway. Fuck the chair. On that note, welcome to a new video from Bosnia and Herzegovina. So we're standing right now in the city center. So for today on the schedule is first pick up the car. That's what we're about to do right now. And then actually in the last video we went a little bit up the mountain. We did a little bit of daily life, but also what we saw is that there's still a lot of snow on the mountain, even though in the city at this point it's nice and sunny. Danny,
Nice to meet you. Factory.
hop in.
The main office is at the airport because all the guys coming here.
Yeah, makes sense, makes sense.
The principle of our rent-a-car agency is that we want to provide something new on the market.
Hey guys, just picked up the car. We have like a nice, let's say half SUV, actually like really nice and special car. So the company is called Carvista. Just talked to him a little bit. He told me their budget cars start actually very affordable. But he said they specialize more, let's say, in like a little bit more special cars, special editions. They also have some sports cars they're renting out. Let's hop in, let's rock out. I'm pumped. Like a nice matte color, you know?
Yeah.
Let's go. From -5 to 25 plus. I'm excited, and so for that I would say let's enjoy the snow while we have it. Go. Right, guys, when you come in, this is pretty much the lobby. There you have like a super nice seating area. I'm going to show you later a few shots. They have a fire, you can just sit down. Usually you can also just come in to have a coffee right now. Absolutely insane. Well, we're going to go up. Let me show you where we're staying. The music here really plays such different stuff, like classic music and then fucking... Also not walking away though. Got like 10-20 horses just randomly running around.
Don't be afraid.
So we're all set. Let's go from snow to whatever is gonna happen. Ready? Just pass the toll here. Doing a bit of a stopover in the city of Konjic. It's pretty much halfway from Sarajevo to Mostar. The vibe changes here quite quickly. So, you know, you go from Sarajevo, super cold, to here. It's very alive here. I'm not sure if it's mostly locals. I definitely see some tourists. You know, you don't notice much COVID here, let's say. And yeah, I actually saw this place is mostly known on one side for this bridge which is behind me. Seriously, the bridge looks quite nice.
I thought we already arrived in Mostar.
Yeah, Mostar is known for the bridge. We'll see how that's gonna look. We were actually considering to stay here for a few days. Definitely a nice town, definitely nice, worth passing through, I would say.
So blind. We were born restless minds, incompatible different.
And so maybe even if you have never heard of the city Mostar, even if you have maybe even never heard of Bosnia and Herzegovina before watching this video, you probably saw it in the title, I guess. This spot, like I knew about this spot before ever, you know, really considering to come here. So this bridge is famous for people pretty much jumping down. I don't know if it's only during competition. I mean, I hope, like, I don't know when else people jump down here.
For
like,
fun?
you know, yeah, like competition, you know, Red Bull and stuff, does things like here. So yeah, feels very different in Sarajevo. Another one's coming up.
Oh, go there. Go to the camera.
No, keep him around you.
What's her name? What's their deal? Do you think they have food? Or they just want to film us?
Ready, guys? So this is around a 20-minute drive right now from Mostar. The city is called Blagaj or Blagaj. You never know for sure. During the season it's probably very busy. You have like a lot of closed little shops. And I think this place usually would be very busy. So we'll see. We'll see how it's gonna be. So you get the idea. This is the place. We have somewhat of a little waterfall with the house. Definitely worth hitting up, and overall it's, you know, it's a developed area. You can have like dinner here, very quiet. It's the COVID tourism, but still very nice, especially because, you know, one of my favorite seasons is when it starts to bloom. Spring, trees start to open up their leaves, really has a certain magic to it. Blagaj. So overall, quite the nice spot if you want to come out maybe for dinner or for coffee. I think could be a nice place, especially in a few months in the next year.
Just look at me.
Yeah.
I say no words.
I think it's, you know, we're still filming the same video. Ooh,
Could you test?
Yes. So, I have a t-shirt on. It is 6:30 and this video started out in the like deepest winter at the Pinot Nature Hotel. Next morning right now. It's actually getting quite excited. In the past video we started the road trip. We picked up the car in Sarajevo and I've been doing some photos. So the guy from Car Vista yesterday, we're texting a little back and forth. He's like, do you mind changing the car? I'm like, yeah, you know, it's all good. Yeah, if you need the T-Roc back. He's like, yeah, I think I have a car you will be really excited about. And I'm like, okay. Came out, we're gonna be getting a new car and already started a big scene out here. So it's a one-way road, like a bunch of cars came in. And yeah, they were like, you know what? For the last few days, do you want to have another car? I'm like, they're like, a nice car. I'm like, no, of course not, of course not. You know, I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. And they're like, yeah, it's gonna keep a surprise. We're gonna keep it a surprise. And I'm like, what is it gonna be? What is it gonna be? Come over a little bit. Next few days, I'm gonna be flexing on you with this Porsche.
Good,
Yeah, guys,
good.
okay, it's a rental. We're gonna do some content with it, you know, so don't get it wrong. I'm not out here, you know, it's my car. But for the next 5 days, it is. I'm doing a little bit, helping them out a little bit with the marketing, with their promotional content. So, gonna have some fun with it, especially the sport mode. We just drove up here, you ride it too. Bianca's like, ugh, warn me next time. So, it's quite nice. And like, seriously, it looks like fucking like black shark. So let me know, do you enjoy the little car portions you have seen in the past few videos? Roll the clip. insane. Summer is here.
Looking forward to that. And also there's a few spots I would.
Talk also from my vlog. You're barely talking my vlog. So here, there we
And
go.
also there's like some spot on the way to Neum?
Neum, I think.
Neum.
So guys, we're just kicking off the drive, making our way a little bit up the mountain. Seriously, the view of Mostar is sick. That's the pain of not having a drone with you right now, but I think you can still see it, so let's go. So randomly, this is what I love about the countries and the Balkans and generally more undiscovered places. You drive down the road, you see something cool, which in this case is the fortress of Herzog Stjepan Vučić, something like that, You drive up and here is like a village, you know, in many other countries they would have developed it, they would have. This is what I love about these places.
M17.
Oh my god!
Oh! Seriously, guys, we just drove around the corner and that was like literally our reaction. The city there.
Wow.
I'm gonna show you.
Where's our drone?
Doing a stopover right now in the little sleepy town of Počitel. And I have to say, after being a good few months in the Balkans, the Ottoman architecture, what these guys did here in terms of building their buildings, building their castles, I absolutely love it. Like we drive by, maybe I'm gonna show you our reaction. We kind of like refilmed it, but we literally come around the corners. We also pass by a waterfall. Today the time is a little bit short, so you know, you have to pick your priorities. Personally, I'm not the biggest waterfall guy. Especially it was like with admission, so you know, just cheap fucks usually. It's a small town, but probably one of the best stops you can do when doing a road trip. And yeah, I think this is now officially the point. I'm sold on Bosnia, definitely in my top 10 countries I've ever visited. Bosnia and Herzegovina. You know guys, there's this saying, live your life like a movie. And for me it's kind of like one of those things that have been really guiding the past 5 years. But I think this one now is, live your life like a painting. Now seriously, you do the stop, you look out of the window and it just doesn't look real. The nature, the cows, the light hitting on it right now. Such an epic place. Let's see if we can go down, maybe have like our lunch. We're sitting here in the middle of the street like, let's go down. Seriously, so pure, so nice. Nature, no nothing, no trash. Just a few houses, and yeah, came up here a little bit for a lunch we got from the Pekara, which is kind of like a bakery here in the area. So guys, we made it to the city of Neum. And this is quite an interesting place. We see 2 different countries within a 5-minute drive, maybe 10. This is kind of crazy. I'm gonna tell you tomorrow. We're gonna grab some stuff, we're gonna check into the place we're gonna be staying, have dinner. So guys, we made it. My mind's kind of like burned out a little bit. Look at that. Proud of it. Is it visible?
Yeah.
20 degrees, I collect like a proper tan line. So, I just checked into the hotel Vapor. Sun is setting. It's kind of like a big hotel right at the beach. Maybe tomorrow I'm gonna get a shot from outside, show you. So got into the room, nice and comfortable, everything you might want to need. We're actually right now, so we're gonna be in this town for 2 days. Let me take you up.
Yeah. You wanna?
Yeah, sure. Whew. And here on the balcony, so guys, there we are. This is Neum, or at least a part of it, and this place is quite unique, mainly for the fact that it's very small. It's on both sides pretty much surrounded by Croatia, and it's the only little piece of, let's say, the sea, I think it's Adriatic Sea, that Bosnia has. And yeah, pretty much if you're gonna drive down like to that side, there's gonna be Dubrovnik and then Montenegro, so Croatia, Montenegro, and the other side is Croatia. This right here, pretty much open sea, that is Croatia. And so I would say, especially for us, like right now, she back there doesn't have a Europe visa, and so we cannot get into Croatia, but close enough, close enough. I think it's very similar. Obviously it's right there, there's Croatia. What's up?
I can touch that.
Yeah. You can look, but you cannot go. And you know, can you believe it that 1 week ago, where have we been 1 week ago?
We were in Sarajevo and it was snowing. The snow was like this.
It's incredible. Watch the last video, it was crazy, and now we're here, 20 degrees. It's, what is it today? The 2nd of April. Yesterday was the 1st. But actually we're here just for 2 days and leaving tomorrow. Okay guys, and so from here you get the perfect view of the city of Neum. So if you're in the area, I would say definitely worth passing by, especially if you're going to be on your way to Croatia or Montenegro, however. Okay, so starting out the morning here for breakfast, let's walk over. I'm going to show you where we sit. You did choose the best place yesterday. How do you like the view?
Absolutely love it. Some sausage, bread, salad, cereal.
Right. Next day, got a bit cloudy, got a bit cooler again. I mean, it's still April. But this video, Bosnia and Herzegovina, I am sold. Definitely like my top 10 destinations out of the 30-40 countries I have been to. The nature, the roads, the diversity of the different cultures that you can find in this country, especially if you just drive down the road from an icy mountain to a nice and sunny beach. Right now we're going to be driving back from Neum to Mostar and then probably back to Sarajevo. I'm sure there's going to be some sick spots on the road, probably some more shots of the car. I really had a blast, and really don't misunderstand me. For everyone who knows my story, this life, it was unimaginable. It was a dream in many ways. It was something that I worked for 2, 3, 4 years non-stop, hundreds and hundreds of videos, and like we're by no means at a whatever finish line. And it's, you know, it's just these little things when, you know, you see yourself driving a nice car down a nice country. So to just put a little bit in perspective, this video, it's not just flashy shots. For me, it really has some meaning behind it. It's one of those little stepping stones going into the direction that I want to go. So, sunset in the old town of Mostar. If you ever wanted to come to a very busy tourist place and almost have it for yourself, but now is the time. So the city overall is like one of the main hotspots in Bosnia, and the old town is like super nice. I'm going to show you some shots right now. It's definitely like one of those things you see on Instagram and you doubt that they're real. You look at it, you think it's nice, you take a picture and you look at it, you're like, wow, is this real right now? But also a little bit the sad side of it is that most things are closed right now. There's one street that is open and actually looks quite alive and nice. I'm going to take you there now, but most of the old town's actually closed. The museum is closed. You know, there's kind of like a little bit COVID times. We have late March right now. But still, I would say even with that, like especially on the weekend we were here, it was quite busy. There were a few hundred people actually in the old town. So right now I'm gonna take you to the main spot, the Mostar Bridge. made it down to pretty much the one spot. This is kind of like just one spot. Even if you have no idea about the country, Bosnia and Herzegovina, even if you have no idea about Mostar, you've probably seen this thing before. The fact about this bridge is that it was actually destroyed during the war. I talked about it in the first video about Sarajevo, especially what happened just like 25 years ago. And so after that they had to rebuild it, and they reopened it like I think around like 15, 16 years ago. So yeah, back at its best. Haven't been to the gym in like a week. So we found ourselves in a nice gym. It's an old school place. We got the bros here, we got Arnie in the back, we got Sylvester in the other corner. So a really nice local gym. It's like maybe like a 20-minute walk outside of the main city area. I looked around, there's a few gyms, most of them are privately owned, and this one's actually, I believe, like over 20 years old. It's kind of like a family business. I met the guy who owns it. So overall for me, again, for the last week, started to track my calories, taking working out a little bit more serious. It's going to be definitely a higher priority than before, like staying a lot in hotels, this and that. So for now, especially staying in a place where we can cook, so focusing a lot on that. Like right now I'm weighing the highest I've ever weighed, like 86 kg. Not looking too bad, but the goal is going to be to drop around 10 of them in the next 3 to 4 months. So mark my words. You know, the thing is, we were looking for a place to stay in Bosnia. Somewhere where, you know, things are going to be open, things are going to be nice and like lively, spring is coming. But Sarajevo was quite closed, you know, not much happening. Also, there's like almost like in a different season, there's winter still. So when we actually found about the other side of Mostar, it's completely different. Actually, I was just in the gym. Guy told me that pretty much on the left side of the river, you have mostly Croats. On the other side is Bosnian people. And so with that, also the vibe is very, very different here. I gotta say, I don't know why, it's the most lively place I've been to in the last year. People are walking around all day, all the cafes are open, they have a nice mall in the back. So I decided to make it as a base. Like it's not usually the place that I would choose to be a base for a few weeks, but considering the situation, everything is open, and the city definitely has its very unique character. The people walking around here, definitely the Mostar people have their own swag, the girls are dressed well. And so for the rest of the video, I'm going to take you along a little bit on the daily life. Going to show you a little bit the corners, maybe the cafes I'm working at, the gym I just found a few days ago. Overall, Mostar definitely has a place in my heart. It's kind of like, you know, on the ground, nice and lively, but at the same time you have the mountains surrounding it, you have the old town in the back. But I have to tell you, if you ever come to Mostar, I would definitely check out this circle especially. It's like a 10-minute walk out of the old town, because the old town is nice, it's special, but it's a touristy hotspot, which right now is dead, no tourist. Seriously, it's the biggest pause I ever saw in my life. Who the hell are you?
Oh my goodness. Wow.
And so another thing that made us stay here a lot longer than we thought we would is this huge mall, super convenient. It even had a movie theater that we checked out a few days ago. Guys, we're full on back the past few days in the productivity mode, cooking at home every single meal, my little secret meal. I never cooked it before in the past few months. Zucchini with chicken and white rice. I don't know what it is about the zucchini, but with some salt to flavor. And also especially if you want to have a little bit more higher volume, zucchini are super low on the calories. So fantastic meal. You see I have mostly just veggies, a little bit of chicken, a little bit of rice down there. So yeah, cooking at home, been living in this apartment for a bit over a week, so that's why I really have a lot of love for Mostar, getting stuff done. Okay guys, we are on top of Mostar. So let me explain a little bit. If I come to a city and I see a viewpoint from the bottom, I'm like, I have to conquer the city. As corny as that sounds, we are here on top of a mountain. When I was walking around, I saw this huge, humongous cross for days, already for a week. We're leaving Mostar in a few days, so I was like, I have to come up, I have to freaking climb that mountain, especially because today I didn't have the best day. Felt a little bit low, you know, that's always part of it. And I was like, yo, I can be either miserable at home or I hike up, listen to a nice podcast, get into a bit better mood, shift a little bit. And yeah, it's super windy up here, but the view is absolutely insane. Also, on another note, actually a week ago, I took the car up to the other viewpoint, the actually a little bit more official viewpoint. Actually, at this point they picked up. It is back there. A thing that people usually don't do is I'm gonna show you a few shots with the car that I shot there. The thing that most people do, they just stay in the front. It's crazy windy. It looks nice, you see the city, but actually if you're gonna walk back, you're gonna get a shot of kind of like some type of a lake or a dam, which is also super cool. So, and a little side note that I didn't mention is, it's 1.5 hours hike. It's not too tough, but it's a good walk. Just set to export the last video, the video from the road trip. Actually, you have to make sure to watch the ending of the previous video. There we have the gold digger prank. Guys, I thought, because especially the last videos have been like super, you know, on the road all the time, traveling, cool spots, very over edited, especially because I had the car in the past video. I was trying to get like some really nice shots for the guys. But I want to share with you a little bit how most of the time looks. So actually we wanted to have our base in Sarajevo. Sarajevo had like a lot of restrictions due to COVID. I think right now they opened up again 2 weeks after we spent in Mostar. So Mostar is kind of like a mid-sized city, because I want to be usually in a big city if we stay a little bit longer, to have conveniences like gym and just to feel alive, to feel like there's things happening, and then, you know, escape on the weekend a little bit to some nicer places. And here, this is the apartment we got. I think I can give you a quick walkthrough. Whenever staying a little bit longer, need at least to have like 2 rooms. Got really lucky with the price here. So big kitchen, nice living area. Let's walk over here. So kind of like up and downside, we're on the first floor. We have a nice and sunny balcony. Let's actually go out. Up. Whew, super nice and warm today.
So bright.
Yeah, my pants almost even dried.
Awesome.
There we go. So this is the sleeping rooms, which like during the day is so bright. And overall, kind of like a nice and compact apartment. We have another extra room. So very functional. This is kind of like storage room. Love it.
Yeah, so basically I sleep there, and this is Danny's room. Yeah.
16 days we stayed here.
Yeah.
Like over 2 weeks, had a really good time. And you know, most of the day, what am I doing? I'm editing videos, so this has been kind of like a working station, also because the cafes have been open. Have been rocking up the cafes. Usually what I do is like one day I work at home, one day I work at the cafe. The two of us, Bianca, we try to like kind of like schedule each other. It usually doesn't really work out, but we try, like, you know, to not be all the time hanging with each other, and like, you know, just also have a more of a hard time to get stuff done. Like my travel lifestyle, often people ask like, yo, like what is the downsides of that? Like, oh, it seems so perfect. But the thing is, a lot of things like staying in shape, like generally having a good structure, productivity can become really challenging when your environment is changing all the time. But yet I personally feel like still you can adapt to everything, especially if you like consciously try to build up systems in a life where everything is like changing all the time, which was my intention, and I love it. But at the same time, what I try to do at least every month, stay somewhere for 2 weeks minimum. And what I did actually this time around, I showed you the gym. I started to track my calories again. I got a comment on the last videos like, Danny, you're getting fat. And I was like, it's true. You know, I gained a good bit up here, but actually I've been also working out heavy, so I'm actually the biggest I've ever been. Like, I'm not trying to flex too hard in my videos. Like, you know, if you run a fitness channel, you always have to like, hey, hello guys, welcome to today's video. You know, been there. And nothing against fitness guys, like I love the industry as well, but for me, you know, but fitness is not a high priority, but it is like a second, maybe more like third priority. I like to work out. The thing it does to my mind, especially just to
you know, when you wake up, you start your day, you get some stuff done, you have some editing done, you answer some emails, you hit your workout, and you hit proper meals. It's just kind of like, you know, sounds a little bit corny, but it's some form of self-love, you know. You just respect yourself and do that, and it is, you settle down in a city and also feel it. Like, not do much, not film much.
Don't show the no!
Bianca cooked some prison food. I also have been eating a lot of soup.
No!
No, it is what it is. Alright guys, so this is pretty much how my life looks most of the time, you know, trying to get into the zone. So that has been pretty much the life in Mostar. So a mix out of staying in a super nice historical old Ottoman city, which just looks like straight from a postcard, straight to like a museum. But on the other side of it, you have very regular local life with some nice streets, with some very rundown streets actually as well. If you're gonna happen to come here, I think I've got 1 or 2 shots, you know. In my videos, I usually show the better side, but like I have to tell you, we are like in the post-Yugoslavia, like, you know, to give you an idea, like I'm talking about the building, you know, like
But I like
rundown.
that. It tells the history.
It tells the history and it's real. Around 2 weeks ago, I met a local guy. He's doing some car journalism. He's flying a lot of drone here in Bosnia. He has some cool stuff. And we've been texting back and forth. We decided to do a little bit of a trip together. So he's about to come around any moment. Nice ride. Hey.
You already put your camera in your hand.
Yeah, dude, we're gonna start the content. How you doing?
What's up?
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Hey, nice to meet you.
So you probably know this tree is better than me.
Which next? What do you got, bakery? Righty guys, so we're kicking off the road. So to introduce you, we got Bakir over here.
Hi.
What is the name of the city?
It's Stolac and it has a beautiful old castle.
We already see it. So that's gonna be first stop today. And stop number 1 is gonna be Trebinje. So, let's go. Trebinje, is that how you say it?
Exactly.
Okay. First video, I was like, Sarajevo. And this guy was like, dude, you're not in Latin America. This is not Colombia. Sarajevo.
And
Hi.
come here, you fucker.
Going for a bit of our castle hunt. Bakir brought his drone. I lost my drone actually. We'll be in a week or 2 going somewhere to buy a new one. Let's get the drone up. Already at it, huh? I'm gonna climb something now. That's like, yo, if you do a travel video, you get somewhere. Let me climb something here.
I won't go down the drain, 'cause I was there too, always so true, always so blind.
We were born restless minds, incompatible different sides, so we had to read between the lines.
Yeah, the front looks sexy.
Yeah.
Alright guys, let's go.
Let's go.
What is the name of the car?
The new Arteon facelift.
The new Arteon facelift. Facelift, that's the name.
Exactly.
Hilarious. Oh damn, I love these mountains when...
The right, it's okay.
Okay guys, so I think what is it in total? Like a 2-hour drive from Mostar to Trebinje?
Approximately.
So we're doing a bit of a stop. So Bakir got this car, shoot like a little bit of a promotional video, right?
Exactly.
So he's behind the wheel, I'll be piloting. There's a nice spot around the corner. So let's see what we can do.
Make it double, then you make it double, double, double. Perhaps I should've known from the get-go, but some things are just too hard to let go. But I don't think you're worth the trouble, trouble, trouble anymore. I don't have to wait for the green light. start. This was an uphill fight. I was at the front, kicking all the way. Yeah. In so many ways.
Alright guys, so let's check in for the night. Go. Nice. Damn, they even had like a kitchen.
Yeah, nice place.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Such an actor.
Home cooking continues.
You want to talk like that off the camera? Wow.
Okay guys, we made it out here in the morning to the city of Trebinje. So we are right now at pretty much the most closest point of like Bosnia and Herzegovina and Montenegro. So right now actually our friends, they went to Montenegro. Both of us, she doesn't have a visa, I don't have a COVID test, whatever. We're good. I've actually passed through Montenegro before. It's nice, and the city in some ways looks also a little bit similar. You have the old town here. I just checked this from the 18th century Ottoman Empire, so it's kind of like really interesting. So we just sat down, sipping a little bit of a coffee. I just, you know, just sit here. How much are we paying? We're paying, yeah, a little bit under €1 for a coffee here by the water. And overall, the city is like kind of like many places. You have a really nice old town. And on the other side, you have like a completely different world, post-Yugoslavia, communist building blocks. So, but overall, it's definitely, I would say, one of the nicest cities in Bosnia. Really nice vibe. I think right now we're in Herzegovina.
Yes.
So I think for today on the schedule, we're gonna stroll around here a little bit, probably hop into a cafe, get some work done, upload a video before, and later I think I'm gonna show you the place we're staying at right now here in Trebinje. It's kind of like a big complex. They told me they also have like a gym or something, a spa. We'll see. We'll check it out. Guys, made our way a little bit deeper into the main city center. So before it was the old town, a little bit quiet, you know, obviously very nice and old school. Here in the middle of the city center, I have to tell you, feels a bit like time traveling, just feels like so real. It's mostly old-timers, like a little bit older people, but the local market, you know, so many colors. You have like the yellow van in the background, and it's just really one of those places that allows you to be a little bit a part of it, you know? People go about the day-to-day life. Like, look, we just have like a red truck, it's like onions hanging out of the back. This is for me, you know, food for the soul. It's like when it's just so real and it's so alive, especially, you know, a little bit in times of COVID, post-COVID. Just to see so much, you know, people having a good vibe, enjoying their day, sipping on a coffee on the side of the road. Shout out to the guy in the red jacket.
Yeah, just said hi to Danny.
Yeah.
Because he watched this video.
Oh yeah.
Celebrity.
Yeah, you're with a celebrity here. Is the taxi with meter?
With meter, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Okay. Alrighty guys, we're back in the building. Gonna have a calm days, relax a little bit, read a little bit, just uploaded a video. But also, I want to show you a little bit where we're staying. So with Bakir, he knew this place, he was like, yeah, let's get an apartment at a place called Grad Sunca. As always, I'll link it below, but basically, it's like a little bit of a little separate, bit of a Truman Show world. But actually, overall, the whole facility is quite nice. They even are supposed to have a gym, which we're going to be heading very soon. But first, I would say, let me just give you a quick tour of this facility. So, as you saw outside, it's kind of like little houses, little separate apartments. And this is, first of all, the living area. So we got like a living room, bit of a creative mess, but got a nice table, even got a kitchen. I actually just asked them to bring like kitchen appliances. So if you ask, they said they can bring you some. So we're probably even gonna cook a little bit. That was actually a bit of a nice surprise that they have that. So, bathroom downstairs, like 4 people living here right now, so. Okay guys, we're getting going here. To give you an idea of this place, it's a huge complex. So, like the main hotel is that place, the Panorama Hotel. Where we're staying is the big complex over there. And it's actually right next connected to a water park, which kind of looks a bit funny right now. There's no water in there, it's off season. And there's some type of, what does it say? Sportsko rekreativni center. Sounds like sports recreation center, close enough, so let's check it out. Hope it's open. Okay guys, super happy about the gym. Actually before it was quite busy, nice, almost like brand new gym. You know, you don't have everything like twice or 3 times, but you have pretty much everything you need, at least one machine. So I mentioned it in a previous video, I started to track my calories. Even if I'm staying in a hotel, I'm still kind of like estimating my macros. The fact that we have a kitchen is really nice. So I think in like already doing it close to 3 weeks, lost around 2 kg. Another at least 5 to go. But I'll keep you updated. Righty guys, done with the gym and a rather unexpected turn of events. So, I told you it's like a real big family complex and they happen to have like some type of a playground with a little bit of a Jurassic World situation. This place, one of a kind. But the gym, very good workout. Alrighty guys, so right now is the next morning. Bakir came back from Montenegro, he told me he had a good time. They actually decided to check out here the spa or whatever they have here. And we're gonna go to the viewpoint. We didn't made it out yesterday to Trebinje on the top of the city. They're supposed to, like, you're supposed to see the whole town. Alrighty guys, quick stop in a big supermarket. So, being on the road, still eating well. We got some chicken fillet, even waited for me. Got some brown rice snacks, some figs. Those are the trouble snacks. Let's go. Oh no!
Chips.
Okay guys, so made it up to the highest point of Trebinje, and yeah, this is the famous church. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a bit of an early lunch here on the mountain, and seriously, wow, the view is quite sick. So you get a big view of the lake actually. Oh, look, the huge complex I just showed you of the drone shed. That's where we're living back there somewhere. So let me take you up in the air. The viewpoint we went up to, you said is like kind of like historically the most important guy or
like,
something.
It's the most important like guy from Trebinje. His name was Jovan Dučić, and he was like a poetry writer. Are you filming me?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Don't worry, be natural, bro. That's the point, to be natural, man.
I have the feeling that my English is like shit on camera.
No, well, that's why I film low key, so it's not on camera.
Leila, can you check?
Alrighty, guys. So hitting the road once again. We're gonna do another stop or two, but for the most part, direction is Sarajevo for one day. We'll be hanging out there one day.
Arms are heavy, he's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti, he's nervous, but on the surface he looks.
Alrighty, guys. So next morning, we are back in the city of Sarajevo. Gonna be just here for one day. You know, last time I was here, everything was closed down. It was like completely winter yet, so we decided to not stay here at all. We have been in Mostar for 2 weeks, I think, and that's what like I would say it's like a nice, interesting small town for a base. I filmed a video about it before. But as you have seen on the corner there, the cafes are back open. It's much more alive than it was before, and I thought today I'm gonna take a little bit the chance and show you a little bit more the modern side of the city. I'm headed right now to the gym. It's kind of like in a very big, quite nice and modern mall. So let me show you another side of Sarajevo. Okay guys, just got out of the gym. I'm gonna walk on that side. So, overall the city, last time in the first Sarajevo video I showed you like, you know, what was it? It was a mosque, it was the old town. And actually the city also has a very different side. This is probably my favorite area. It's really nice and cute, looks like very, I guess some people called it, looks a little bit like Prague. Who knows? But actually first, just hopped out of the gym here in Sarajevo. Unfortunately they closed down like after a week when we arrived, but now they're back open. Really nice gym at the top of the main mall. CC?
SCC.
SCC, almost local here. So on top of the SCC mall, it is the city gym. It's not huge, but it's extremely well equipped. I think they got the matrix machines. Really, really good stuff. So overall, this part of the city is actually really, really nice. Has also some modern parts. So it's a really interesting mix, especially because there, kind of like I showed you in the past video, there's like a road, the road ends, and pretty much like east meets west, I think it is called pretty much. So like here looks completely like whatever, Prague. Over there looks a bit like Istanbul, like the old town. It's a big contrast, it's nice. Road here.
Ooh, so hot.
And so on that note, well, you have made it all the way until the end. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got a bit of a feeling of how it could have feel like to travel, to maybe even live almost in Bosnia and Herzegovina, explore, and what can I say? The country has its ups and downs side, but for a trip, it's definitely one of the best places to consider. As always, join me on Instagram to stay up to date where I am right now and what I'm up to. Also, the best way to reach me is going to be over there. Until then, you too, got a world to see.